Well, good afternoon, YouTube. This is Daily Stoic with your host, Jeffrey. I got a big pimple on my chin, McCabe. Hopefully I remember that nickname. I just uploaded yesterday's video. I thought I uploaded it yesterday. I don't see it. I don't know if it didn't work or what, but there will be a video for January 22nd uploaded right behind or before this video. As always, we're reading the Daily Stoic, 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. Let me tell you, I've been through some stuff. It's been a crazy year. It's almost a year today. So a year tomorrow will be when I went into rehab. The journey really started December 2023. Wow, that pimple's getting crazy. Sorry. I do these videos looking at myself and then I can't. I'm so distracted. Maybe I'll just do this. So yeah, it's been a great reflection and a great time to reflect. And then there's troubles in my life right now. I've already kind of given out some details and I don't really want to get into it, but I'm having some issues. My life isn't in the greatest place, right? Like this whole recovery journey, it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm the best in the world. And I've made a lot of mistakes at 40 something years old. I'm starting over from absolutely nothing. And that I'm working through. Those things I'm working through. At 40-something years old, I'm staying at my mom's, thank God. People kind of clown me for it. I get it. I'm very grateful that she's been there for me. The economy's crazy, and I just went back to work, and it's been a crazy year. So I'm really trying to rely on my stoicism. Although the last 4 or 5 days, I've been pretty quiet, isolated. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I'm angry, but I'm trying not to act out in anger. I feel a little bit stuck. We're going to rant a little bit on this one today. So my journey with sobriety and recovery and therapy, the therapy was super needed. Marijuana has been my main drug of choice since I was probably about 13 years old. So in recovery, when the first thing that the benefit place, when they put me into rehab, they asked was like, would you quit weed? I was like, oh, I don't know about that. But they explained it to me. I said, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And I know the first time I quit weed, now I will label that as I'm not a huge pothead, but I would smoke a little bit every day. You know what I mean? A little bit at a time, all day long-ish. And I would rarely miss a day. So within 4 or 5 days of me stopping when I went into rehab, I was like, oh, wow, like dreams are back. Dreams are crazy. I feel more focused. I feel more alive. And I was like, I'm never going back to weed. So that was January 24th last year I quit, and I made it all the way till May, and then I decided to smoke some weed. And I smoked until about June or July, and then I decided to put it back down. Then I put it back down for a bit, and then I picked it back up. I think it was October of 2024. I was like, I gotta stop the weed. The weed being sober off of, or being off of it and then going back to it, I could see the negatives. I'm getting older. Maybe it's part of it too. I find I isolate myself. I'm not very motivated. I use it to just sort of hide away from my real feelings. So I put it down again, and I felt great the third time, let's say last year, that I put the weed down. I lasted just over a month. Boredom, I want, it makes you feel better in the moment. It helps you feel creative, whatever. I gave myself every excuse to smoke again. And then I think I smoked for a couple weeks, and I was like, no, I have to quit. And I tried, and I only lasted like a day, and then I went back, and I've been smoking every day since. Yesterday was a bad day. I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know where to go. I didn't have anything to do right now. The ex isn't letting me see the kids. Like I said, I'll spare you some of the details. And they're my whole world. It's all I want to do is be with my kids, work, hang out with my kids, do creative stuff as a pastime. But without that centerpiece of my children, I'm upset about the situation. I'm heartbroken that they have to go through it. But I don't really have anywhere to go or anything to be. I don't know what to do with myself, So I was like, smoked weed all day yesterday, and I realized this morning I was like, I have to put it down again. So today I haven't smoked. I don't intend to smoke. I don't have any weed left. I'm going to try to quit again. All that to say that using stoicism in my everyday life, especially when times are hard, is super important. I'm also a faithful person. I pray every day. I try to study the Bible every day. And I journal every day. So this journal here, actually, I was looking at it today. I started in October. Now, the other journals, man, I would say I was crushing one a month and a half, if that. This one's been 4 months on the go. So I want to get back to some of the things that really helped me in the beginning of my recovery and in my journey, and not let them go. It's not going to happen every day. I work these 12-hour shifts. I might not be able to sit every time, but I can do more than I've been doing. So if you're somebody who struggles with sobriety or mental health or addiction issues or anything like that, shoot me a message. Holler at your boy. We can talk about it. We can help each other. Like I said, the weed it's just not a huge thing. I don't, it's like, it does help sometimes, makes you feel better and sort of passes the time, but I realize that I isolate. I'm not quite myself, and I have to put it down. I'm going to attempt to put it down forever. So I thought, what a better way than the 1 year anniversary of me going into a rehab facility. Shout out to anybody who's went to rehab and it's been successful. I think they say 8 out of 10 people fail. But for me, the structure, the therapy was so needed. I was convinced I was never going back to a construction-based job ever in my life. I just wanted to help people. I still think at some point I'd like to go back to school and get out of what I do for a living, if it makes financial sense. Right now, it makes no financial sense to go do pure support work, at least full-time. There isn't enough money in it. The funding's super sketchy. Most of these organizations have funding, then they don't have funding, and I don't need that in my life. I have a good job where I can be successful, at least financially. And I do good at work. So anyways, I just wanted to get that off my chest. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. Hopefully see my kids later. I don't know. It's not looking too good. So I thought I'd do this video. Yeah, and then I went to look at my videos and I was like, where's the one from the beach? I did one at the beach yesterday. I thought it was pretty cool, so go check that out. It'll be up before this one. Go check them. Go watch all of them. Put them on repeat for a while. It has been a struggle. I go from Facebook to Facebook Live. You feel like you're getting all these views and some attention, and then you switch over to YouTube, you get 1 or 2 views, and you're like, oh, I should just give up. I'm not going to give up. I've challenged myself 366 days. 366 videos is something I need to produce for the Stoic. I do have a lot of creative endeavors. I have a little mini album, rap album that I've been working on for a few years that I want to release this year. I have positive affirmations. I've written 52 sets of positive affirmations, which I find super helpful. That again, I've fallen off of all of that. I've really let go of my little structure and my routine that kept me in a good place. So all this, I don't know what to do. It's all just sad, boo-hoo-hoo. I know what to do, so I'm gonna try to get back up. But we can do it together. Community is important. So maybe I'll try to hit some meetings. Maybe I'll try to get around some like-minded people. And yeah. Shout out especially to all the single dads who go through shit like this. I don't think people give credit to how difficult it can be when you lose your family structure. To stay sober, you know what I mean? When you start going out on Tuesdays because you don't have your kids to take care of and you start drinking or whatever, it's easy to fall down that path. It's not an excuse, right? You still have to do what you're supposed to do, but I was an everyday all-in father. You know what I mean? When the kids were little, I changed diapers. Bath time was my favorite. I did almost all the baths. I love my kids. I love being there for my kids, even as they get older. I love it. I love it. I love it. Essentially, that's all I want to do is be a dad, right? And when you don't have that, what do you do? And I chose wrong, right? And that's what I mean. I'm not giving an excuse, but it's super easy to fall into. Oh, you're talking to a girl who wants to go on a date. She wants to go have a couple of drinks. And next thing you know, you're drinking on a Tuesday or whatever, right? It's very easy to fall in those bad patterns if you're somebody who struggles with that kind of thing. I would assume that if you don't, you probably did okay with it. But I know a lot of dads who've struggled in these situations. And even now, I rely on my ex. I hang out at her house with the kids because right now I can't afford a big enough place. I just can't. Between child support and the economy, I'm just in a weird, stuck kind of place. But we will get there. So anyways, all I wanted to say is shout out to all the dads out there. Do your thing. Make good choices, because choices do come back to haunt you. And I regret mine very, very much so. January 23rd, right? Yes, because I just looked it up. I wanted to make sure I got the date right. January 23rd. The truth about money. Let's pass over to the really rich. How often the occasions they look just like the poor. When they travel abroad, they must restrict their baggage, and when haste is necessary, they dismiss their entourage. And those who are in the army, how few of their possessions they get to keep. Seneca on Consolations to Helva 12.1b/-2. The author F. Scott Fitzgerald, who often glamorized the lifestyles of the rich and famous in books like The Great Gatsby, opens one of his short stories with the now classic lines, "Let me tell you about the very rich. They are very different from you and me." A few years after this story was published, his friend Ernest Hemingway teased Fitzgerald by writing, "Yes, they have more money." That's what Seneca is reminding us. As someone who was one of the richest men in Rome, he knew firsthand that money only marginally changes life. It doesn't solve the problem that people without it seem to think it will. In fact, no material possessions will. External things can't fix internal issues. We constantly forget this, and it causes us so much confusion and pain, as Hemingway would later write to Fitzgerald. He thought the rich were a special glamorous race, and when he found out they weren't, it wrecked him as much as any other thing that wrecked him. Without change, the same will be true for us. I mean, it's kind of what I was just talking about. It doesn't matter what you got, what you don't got. You have to be good with yourself, right? And I think a lot of my, even marijuana use, it's like I'm not really happy with where I'm at. I'll smoke a joint, kind of forget about it. It's been an issue my whole life, right? And that's on me. That's 100% on me. And I gotta solve that. So hope you're doing okay. And I gotta clear out some data on my phone. I love you guys. We'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.